Hiya, you alright? My name is Silver and welcome to School of Dragons. In this video we're gonna take a look at the new hybrid, the Bonestormer. This dragon is a hybrid between the Stormcutter and the Boneknapper, which are both two very large dragons. And this dragon is of course characterized by its two set of mighty wings and its bone-covered body, something it has inherited from both parents. So this is the reward for the Dreadfall event 2020 that you can get from grinding candies, and then you can eventually unlock this little dragon. Important to note, if you are gonna unlock it this way, there is a bug with getting it.
What the hell?
So as I discovered, you don't need 17,000. You actually need 17,300 candies before this dragon become unlocked. That is obviously a mistake. It must be a mistake. Maybe it will get fixed by the time you get a chance to unlock the dragon, if you ever. But it did not work for me, and that was not a pleasant experience because I was quite sure that the game was utterly broken and I would never see this dragon. But I got it regardless, with a bit of a hiccup. So the Bonestormer is a powerful dragon, and it is covered in bones on its back, and it's on its head and on its tail as well. A giant boulder, which is classic for the Boneknapper, and then its belly is somewhat revealed. There's not bones covering it. It has more scales like a Stormcutter, and the wings are also somewhat naked except for the bones that are coming out from all the wing spreaders in the actual bone structure. They're kind of fitting where the actual bone would be, so that's interesting. And then the claws are also somewhat free, giant claws but with no bones around, and then spikes come out of the dragon. I do have some concerns with this hybrid. I don't think whoever designed it never really thought about the lore of how to train a dragon, because the Boneknapper is known as a dragon that is born naked with very fragile skin, and it needs bones to build an armor to actually not get hurt all the time. So it collects bones from all around. This dragon, however, has very characteristic Stormcutter bones on it, and its parents is Boneknapper and Stormcutter, so it must have inherited these bones from its parents, but how is that possible when the Boneknapper is supposed to collect bones? So it's wearing its parents, maybe? Did it kill its parents and then wear them? Because it has bones that look like both they're from a Stormcutter and a Boneknapper. Is that the lore explanation, that it killed its parents? But also the ear thing that we have behind it, which is a flap on the Stormcutter, that's solid bone on this dragon. Like a solid flap of bone. I'm not sure, and also the way that the jaw goes in, that looks like there's not gonna be anything else but that there. Like there's nothing gonna fit anything underneath it. Like it's actually growing bones. The dragon is growing bones on its body. And that's just not what this Boneknapper does, so I'm really confused. And the same problem with the Skrillnapper. But this guy specifically, and especially around the jaw, that looks like it's just growing on him, that's just a part of him. So that's a bit tricky. Very weird. I don't know what the science is behind that, if there is any. So this guy, if we just take a look at him in School of Dragons, is a very powerful little dragon. He moves his legs around very strongly. So he walks on two legs and holds his wings up when he's moving around. He doesn't use them to support him like Stormcutter does. He's more like a Boneknapper and just holds them up when he moves around. So he has some really nice running animations, I think. There's some weight behind it, there's weight in his legs. He looks very agile as he's moving around, so that's cool. Doesn't look too bad. I also like the jump. It's extremely powerful, like he's jumping up to take off. He does like a little wave motion when he gets up. Very cool. I love that jump. I just love jumping around when I'm on this dragon, because you just have a lot of life in him when he jumps. So that's really nice. He does some really weird animations at times, like that right there. That was extremely creepy. I think they're going with like an owl thing, because owls can turn their head and the Stormcutter kind of looks like an owl. So he has some interesting animations that is supposed to capture the Stormcutter aspect. of him. And here he is sleeping, taking a little dragon nap. So adorable. Let's try to bring this mighty hybrid in the air and see what his flying looks like. So his wings are somewhat short. They're a bit shortened down, but that's again like how big can the model be in the game. And there's some practical aspects that have to work out. So it's not necessarily the true size of his wings. This is just how he looks in School Dragons. He kind of spreads them a bit when he's gliding. Doesn't hold them together, so you can see all of them when he's gliding. Stormcutter is known to hold them all close together, so it just looks like a one wing. But this guy actually spreads them a little bit, so you can take a look at all four of them. Which looks cool. It's probably not so streamlined, but it looks very cool. When he's holding them like that in an X formation. I love how he looks when he's flying. His body is very streamlined. I hold his legs closed, the tail doesn't move too much around, just holding the boulder behind him, and then his head very determined ahead. So that is very well done, very good. And when he slows down, he flashes his wings at you, so you can see all four of his mighty wings. And his little face looks a little bit like a pelican, like a bird type of thing. But cool regardless, it works. Boneknapper is known to have a giant skull on his chin, which this guy also has, so that goes well with the lore of it all. If we speed up, he flaps a little bit more powerfully, not too much change, but just a more repetitive pattern when he's flying forward. Looks overall very nice. I think it is quite decent flying animations on this guy. When he gets up, he doesn't really change too much. I think it's the same as when he's flying ahead. It's just this really powerful upwards motion, but it's the same when he's going forward. One thing that's really stunning about this guy, that's my favorite thing about this guy, is when he dives, his wings actually wiggle. They wiggle from the wind that is passing through him as he rushes towards the ground. I think that looks amazing. I haven't seen it that well done on any dragons in School Dragons, so let's take a look at it again. Look at that! A lot of motion on these wings, and then he stabilizes when he spreads out his wings and fly up. So that looks really good, I think. Very cool. Very dynamic, and makes you really feel the speed and how fast he is diving. So that's a really nice detail. Most dragons just hold their wings closed and then that's it. They might move them a little bit, but this is like literal wiggling all over the wing. It looks very realistic. So I really applaud them for doing that. It looks amazing. If we take a look at his fire, he has a very special fire. It explodes and bones come all around. So that's to kind of go with the theme of him being a bone dragon. But it also means that he is throwing up bones every time. So he's wearing bones and he's also eating bones. Because he's throwing them up and they're exploding all over. It looks cool, but it's also disturbing. Where does all these bones come from? But it does look very nice, very cool, and definitely characteristic for this particular dragon. So it's a really unique shot that he has. So this dragon comes with a skin if you get it from the Dreadfall event, but that skin is currently not working because School Dragons is a very buggy game and they did not implement the skin properly, so you can't equip it. So that's right there, the Bonestormer Dreadfall bones, but you're not allowed to equip it. It shows it as equipped, but it's not there on the display, and it's not there on the dragon in the real world. So it's see-through, and they haven't implemented it properly. I hope that will be worked eventually. Be worked out. We can only hope. With School Dragons, you never really know. Let's take a look at his stats and see how great he scores. So this is the stats of the Bonestormer. It has max speed of 7, a pitch rate of 5, a turn rate of 5, acceleration of 7.1, firepower of 5.8. Really average stats again. I don't understand why the hybrids aren't treated as better dragons, because they're advertised as better dragons. Like, you get them from the event, you buy them from the store, they're kind of more expensive than the other dragons around. But their stats are just nothing. I mean, this guy is not even a good racer and not good at battle. He's just average, if anything. He might be fine, but he's not really good. I wish that they would emphasize more on making them special in the stats as well, because they're just not used for anything except what they look like. So you can have this guy and have him around and you can look cool, but he's not gonna help you out in Battle Event and he's not gonna help you out in Thunder Run Racing. So that's really a shame. I did want to go Thunder Run with this guy so we could see how fast he is, but Thunder Run Racing is completely messed up. It's utterly dead. So we can't do that. And I'm not even gonna attempt it because the game just dies when you try to go into Thunder Run Racing. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it based on the stat that he is an average racer. He's not really anything special in that department. What he's got going for him is just his looks. So that's my showcase for the Bonestormer Hybrid Dragon. Overall a fine dragon, a fine hybrid, some good animations, some real sturdy animation in my opinion. And I'm well pleased with this guy. He's what I expected. And he holds up the School Dragon standard, so not too shabby. Let me know what you guys think about this guy down in the comment section. Do you think he's a cool hybrid or you're not too fond of him? Anything you have to say, I'll look forward to reading it. Thank you so much for checking out this video and hopefully we will meet again. So long. Did I bump into something? I'm sorry. Oh god. Oh my god. Yeah. Great. Great. That's not what you want. He has some problems there. Oh my goodness golly, you're not supposed to fire when you're slowing down. He breaks his neck.
Hey there, have you checked out my new short film yet? It's called The Stallions of the Hidden Valley. Even if you're not into horses, I have a feeling you will enjoy this one. It's a fantasy story about adventure, determination, and a little bit of magic. If you have the time, consider giving it a chance. Thank you so much. Hopefully we will see each other again. Bye for now.